All right, here we go. Hey, it's Prince Joshua. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Los Angeles Family Church. Hey everybody, I'm here at the Gyeongbokgung Palace in Seoul, and we're just with, I'll show you some photos of these guys that are there. And yeah, we decided to do an impromptu, you can dress up in traditional Korean garb like this, and then you can get into the palace for free. It's this really beautiful place, and yeah, tons of tourists though, and yeah, you get into the palace for free. So we want to do this before we send off Eric Lee. Eric Lee is leaving now, and then everybody else is just now arriving as I'm taking this video. Everyone else is arriving. So some of you parents who are watching this, your children are landing right now, and they'll be taken care of really well at the airport. They'll be scared at first because it's like you're in a new country, you don't know where to go, but we have great guides and everyone to take care, and they'll be at the Cheonpyeong training facility in maybe 2 or 3 hours. So, woo! So this is just the daily update. We are really excited for this. Yeah, for the 70 of us from LA that are coming, and there's many things to look forward to. Now I want to share just a small story of what took place yesterday. So yesterday we had a chance to go to the Cheonwon-gung. So for those that don't know what that means, it's basically a location that our true mother, Mother Moon, is pulling together, pulling all these resources together to create this place that serves 3 different purposes. One is it's meant to be a cultural center of the world where people can go. It's a museum, you could say, and also just a place where great activities can take place. So it's a service in that way to the world around, and to there's amazing art there. It's incredible. And then the second purpose is that it's meant to be a capital. So the vision of True Parents has always been the reunification of North and South Korea. I was sharing yesterday about how challenging the history of Korea has been in terms of war, and this is like the remnants of its. My father was mentioning it's like their pride of their lineage as Koreans, and at some point, Korea was always in battle, but at some point Korea was one. It was one, and Korea, that was the Korea that we believe that God wanted, and that's the Korea that Father and Mother Moon were raised in. But they were raised in the northern part of Korea, what we would normally call the now North Korea. And their heart has always been, ever since they became refugees, that one day Korea would become one again. Purpose is very simple, as we know very well in this community, is that we believe that Korea is the fatherland. And because of that, our hope is that we can give that back to God as one nation, because God can't exist in division. And that's the fundamental nature of God. God is absolute, unique, eternal, and unchanging, and division is the opposite of that. So the goal is to reunite North and South Korea into one. And so with that being said, that's our purpose. And so the hope would be that the Cheonwon-gung that is being set up can be like a capital for a reunified Korea, and where the talks about the reunification of Korea can take place. The third purpose is perhaps the most important, and that is that it's a temple. It's a temple where people can experience and attend God directly in their lives. And it's designed to be a temple dedicated to God as our heavenly parent, and give people an opportunity to really embrace that. So we had a chance to go visit that yesterday with Shin-eun, Eric Lee, and others, and the rest of the 70 will also go see in a few days. And we had a chance to go through the tour of the inner sanctum that is there. And this inner sanctum is like the central location, and they're still doing work on it. It's being prepped to open up next year in 2025, and all of you will come with us. And such a precious moment. For me, it was just deep. I've been there before, and it was just deep to see and to hear all the stories behind it as we were walked through it all by one of the people leading. And then at the end of it all, Eric Lee comes out, and we're all having a good time. He's like, laying there in the grass, and then we're about to walk to our car, and then he stops all of a sudden, and he's just like in a state of shock, and we're all confused. What are you thinking, man? This is his first time. He's only a month having any interaction with us, and he's like, guys, I've never felt this way before in my life. basically he received this clear image and revelation. And it was like shocking him because he could hear the voice of God speaking to him. And interestingly, that's the whole point. You know, it's like, why do we go to the Chulmangkung? So that we can experience and attend God directly. And he's having this moment of just radical encounter with God. And he's like crying. He's on the verge of crying in this process. So Eric Lee, it's like, I'm just sharing your testimony now. And he had this vision that, and he was like, God, you know, like God gave him a specific vision. I'll let him share that with you all someday. I'll leave that up to him. But, you know, what it showed to me is just how real all of this is and how powerful it can be, and why True Mother Moon is creating it. And I'm looking forward to all the other revelations that will come out of those who are going to go in a few days with a larger crowd. So that was just that tidbit of experience. And yeah, and you know, yesterday was all filled with excitement. We also got to see the new Aqua Garden Cafe. It's a cafe that Mother Moon made as a way for, you know, yesterday was to have tea with God, and this place is to have coffee in nature. And so it's a cafe that is, I'll show you some videos, is completely surrounded and covered as an aquarium. It's a functional aquarium that she designed as a place where tourists can come and experience, but more deeply, those in the area can just have an awesome time in a naturist way. You know, me and Shinun were having a very stressed out time, and we were just sitting there, and it's just like, wow, I feel like I can breathe. Yeah, it was really cool. And then all of a sudden, the mist came down. You know, it's just like, wow, yeah. That's the whole idea. Let's have coffee with nature. So one thing we're learning from True Mother is that everything is intentional. Everything is so intentional for the purpose of helping people connect to God. And I think that's awesome. I think that is also what we learn from Korea as well, is everything's so intentional. To help in some kind of reverence, some kind of honor. And we have a lot to learn from that. So thank you, True Mother. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for being on this journey. After today, now we're going to start showing everybody, not just Shin and Eric Lee and I and Masa, but you'll start to see the whole crowd. And yeah, rest assured, it's going to be awesome. So thank you all for your support, your prayers, continually being here for us. And we hope we can represent you all very well. Yep, that's all. This is me in my Korean garb, you know? I'll see you all sometime soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.